All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, let's give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rahakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone for teaching me this truth. Peace and to the hopefully elect as I live and doing the work of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, without true sincerity and diligence. It's brother Malachi with another video. Hopefully it's edified through the spirit, Rahakadash, and to the lambs of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, so I just recently got a article sent to my phone, basically about Russia testing a new missile that flies, at like 15,000 miles per hour. And they saying that this missile can, ultimately destroy Texas, if it was to be shot towards America, which we all know that it's going to be shot towards America. But, we're going to get the article, we're going to read, and we're going to get some scriptures, Lord willing, we're going to close it out. All right. So this is from the U.S. Sun. All right. The news site. Okay, and it says nukes of hazard, right? Russia set to test 15,000 miles per hour nuke missile that can beat any defense and destroy Texas. All right, so you kind of got Jake out here. They kind of got faith in America's defense system. You kind of hear him saying that we got the strongest defense system in the world, and basically when no missiles get past America's defense system, where these nations, the Lord Yahweh Shai is putting the spirit on these nations and giving them the wisdom, to build missiles that's gonna be able to get past America's defense system. Ultimately, fulfilling the prophecy that he wrote in the book of Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, where he said that the arrows should be shot and they should not miss. This kind of what's coming into play right here. They gonna be able to build nuclear missiles that's gonna be able to fly past those defense systems and those rocket defense systems or whatever. They're not gonna be able to hit these missiles and shoot them out the sky. All right. So let's go read down. They say Russia is posed to test an unstoppable 15,000 miles per hour nuclear missile it boasts can beat any defense and wipe out Texas. Right? The RS-28 Sarmat doomsday rocket is primed to place the much feared R-36, once dubbed the Satan nuke. Okay, the Satan nuke by NATO. All right, and NATO being Russia. All right. So let's read this. It say the RS-28 Sarmat is destined to replace the R-36, weighing 200 tons, 200 tons, whatever it is, and with a range of about 6,200 miles. Okay, the Sarmat would carry up to 16 warheads. All right, so it's gonna be a powerful missile, man, and it's gonna be able to reach over here to America. All right, so let's see. The Kremlin brags it has a range of around 6,200 miles, can carry 16 warheads, and is able to dodge any missile defense system. Okay, so when this missile right here being shot, man, towards America, man, it's gonna hit. All right, so America defense system is not gonna be able to shoot this missile out of the sky, right? Its huge payload is capable of destroying an area the size of the Lone Star State. Okay, according to Zvezda, the Russian Defense Mystery Channel the Russian Defense Mysteries TV channel, the introduction of the lone hurled weapon has been pushed back multiple times amid delays in testing. Okay, let's see. Listen. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read this one right here. I can't really pronounce his name, so I'm just gonna read the the paragraph. It say Russia's deputy defense minister Russia's deputy defense minister revealed long distance launches are now imminent. Okay, so let's get this. Let's look this word up real quick. Imminent meaning about to happen. About to happen or overhanging. Okay, and look at this. This is the first definition. Say about to happen. They were in imminent danger of being swept away. Okay, and that's America, man. America is in imminent danger of being swept away because Russia is making these missiles. That's carrying these warheads. That's able to be shot. 16. It's like it's able to be shot 6,000 miles, and not only, it can beat any defense system, man. So these missiles are flying at 15,000 miles per hour. That's gonna cause extreme impact, man, and gonna cause some mass destruction. All right. Okay, so let's get some scriptures real quick. All right. So I'm gonna go to the book of Zephaniah. All right, Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 2. Okay, it say, I will utterly consume all things from off the land, said Yahweh Shem Shai. And the way he gonna do that is by the way of fire, which is gonna come by these intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, that these nations got prepared for America. All right, verse 3. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heavens and the fishes of the sea and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. Okay, I will cut off man from off the land, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? So the Lord is getting ready to cut off the men of this land, man. Chiefly being Esau, Edom, and the 2/3 of Israel. Okay. All right. Let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 21 and verse 10. All right. And it say, for I have set my face against this city, right, for evil and not for good, man. This city, Babylon the Great, spiritually known as America. Okay, the Lord has set his face against this city for evil. Okay, for the atrocities that they caused on the children of Israel from decades to decades. Okay, say Yahweh Shem Shai, it shall be given into the hands of the kings of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire, man. Okay, because America is going to be burned with fire, man, through those intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. Okay. Let me see. I'm just reading, kind of. Let me see. All right. So we're gonna read verse 13. It say, "Behold, I am against thee, O inhabitants of the valley, and rocks of the plain," say Yahweh Shem Shai, which say, who shall come down against us, or who shall enter into our habitation? Right? Because America speak with great proudness, man. They believe that they got the strongest defense system, that they got the mightiest military in the world, and nobody can really step to them. They don't think that they gonna be the widow. They don't think that they ever gonna be touched, man. Okay, but like Yahweh said in the book of in Joel, he said let the weak say I'm strong. All right, so these weak countries that America was able to oppress and to bully and push around, now they got they put their stock into their military, and now they got their weaponry up, man. So it ain't no more, trying to love boy these nations. These nations are standing up now because they got their military up. So now that they got their military up, they can flex at America now. All right. Verse 14, he said, but I will punish you according to the fruit of your doings, say Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and I will kindle a fire in the forest thereof, and it shall devour all things round about it. All right. So the Lord is going to send a fire to America, man. It's going to devour things, right? Through those nuclear missiles, man. Okay, so this book of Revelations, chapter 9 and verse 16. All right. It said, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 2,000 thousand. Okay. Well, 200,000. All right. So the armor of these horsemen, man, being those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay. Not necessarily horses, men on top of the horses, but the horsemen would be the men, who are flying the planes or flying these these intercontinental ballistic missiles over to America, or rather, they've been the man who was pushing the button that's shooting these missiles over here, man. All right. Verse 17, he said, and thus I saw the horses in the vision. So this is a vision that John the Revelator, John the Revelator is having. All right. He say, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, man, because in those heads, with great power, man, on those warheads. All right. He said, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone, man. Right? He's giving you a vision of the intercontinental ballistic missiles that he saw in the last days that was being shot towards Babylon. Okay, that's gonna bring the destruction. All right, verse 18. He said, by these three was the third party of man killed, okay, by fire. All right, and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths, okay, because it's gonna wipe off the third party of man. It's gonna be these intercontinental ballistic missiles again. That Russia, China, Iran, Korea, India, all these other nations are building and gathering together, right, for the day of judgment, for the day of the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh's judgment, man, when Yahweh's gonna plead with these nations by the way of thermonuclear fire. Okay. So this is the book of matter of fact, before I go there, let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay. In verse 10. Right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, right? In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, right? It's gonna become like the Lord's gonna come in a thief in the night, man. When these missiles are being shot, you even got Iran working on they kind of working on, basically, I think it was Iran. I read an article on where they was basically trying to work on basically like discontinuing the internet, basically like causing like a blackout or EMP. All right. So he say, but the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works thereof shall be burned up. It's like that are therein shall be burned up. Okay, by those missiles. Saying then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right. So we seeing this thing happening. Slowly but surely we seeing these things coming to pass through the prophecies and through these news sites that the Lord got set up in the last days, to keep us aware of the things going on, to keep us aware of the prophecies. So we seen the beginning stages of World War III, the war that's gonna end all wars, and the deliverance of Israel. We seen the beginning stages of it. We seen it basically being maneuvered into play. We kind of seeing the nations getting their weaponry together. We kind of seeing them going back and forth. But through the understanding of the scriptures, we understand that this is ultimately gonna lead to heavy conflict, and then it's gonna lead to all-out war. Okay, which is gonna be fought with missiles, man. All right, let's get Isaiah 9 and it's like Isaiah 9 and 6. Okay. 9 and 5. So like he said, for every battle of the warriors is with confused noises, right, and garments rolled in blood, right, because in the ancient time, in the ancient days where battles was fought, they was kind of fighting with swords and spears and shields and breastplates and helmets, so it was with confused noises, kind of like a 300, kind of fighting. You got the men screaming, yelling, running. You got the horses. It was with confused noises. You got the swords hitting each other, and you got the garments rolled in blood because brothers was fighting hand to hand combat. But he said, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Okay, so over the periods of time, war. I guess the intelligence of war has advanced from swords to guns, then grenades, then small bombs, to now All these nations have these high power nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Right? They can destroy cities, they can destroy states, they can destroy countries, ultimately. All right. So this second Ezra 15 and 41. Okay. And it read, fire and hell and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters, man. Right? So those flying swords, man. Matter of fact, let's keep going. Okay. So those flying swords, man, is being those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. These missiles that Russia is building, right? The missiles that Germany is building, the missiles that China is building, Iran is building, India building, Taiwan, all these nations are building these missiles, these flying swords, right? And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, okay? Trees of the woods and grass of the meadows and their corn, okay? And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, okay? So these missiles are gonna be shot towards Babylon and make her afraid, man. Okay, so this is what's coming to Babylon. All right, this is what's coming to Babylon. All right, ain't even had to go out. All right, so this second Ezra 16 and 13. Right? He say, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, man. Because these arrows that Russia got, coming 15,000 miles per hour, and it can basically defeat any defense system. These missiles won't be able to be shot down. So, these missiles are not gonna miss. So we kind of seeing what Yahushua was telling Ezra. Hey, we seeing it come to pass. We kind of seeing what he was saying. This is why they ain't gonna miss, man. Because they coming at 15,000 miles per hour, and it's gonna be defeating the defense systems. It's gonna fly right past them. These missiles won't be able to shoot them out the sky. All right, so they won't miss. Okay, and when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, so this was to come to Babylon, man. All right, and we got hey, it's crazy, man. Here it is right here. This is what the Lord was talking about. This missile, right? Russia set to test 15,000 miles per hour nuke missile that can beat any defense. All right, and it's gonna waste the whole state, man. It's gonna waste America, man. Okay, and I got this real quick.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. 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 A nuclear attack was commenced against the United States. 15 nuclear bombs have detonated in several areas across the country. They include Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Denver, Detroit, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York, Pennsylvania, Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, San Diego, Seattle, and Washington, D.C.
Hey, man, till next time, I said Shalom, call out God, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rock Dust for the precepts, peace and salutations to the whole elect out there, man. Till next time, Shalom.